Well, good evening, everybody. Mike Slifer here in the First Alert Forecast Center, and we have a lot to cover as we dive into the details here in our First Alert Weather Extra, from shower chances to some more wind and the coldest air so far this season. We have a lot to break down here, and we will do it all for you in depth. We'll kick things off with a look so far at November. First 6 days of the month in the books. 3 of them have been slightly above average for temperatures, high temperatures, that is. 3 have been slightly below normal. And it hasn't been particularly wet. We've had some showers here or there Monday and again on Wednesday. Perhaps the greater story from last night, though, was the wind. Check out this list of wind gusts from last night. Groton gusting to 54 miles per hour, Bridgeport 52, Bethany 49, Windsor Locks 45, Willimantic 41, and Middletown 40. So it certainly was windy last night, and we are still a little bit breezy in some locations. Wind gusts right now up to about 23 miles an hour in Willimantic. In other places, though, check this out. The wind, calmer. Meriden and Norwich reporting a calm wind right now. Wind speeds otherwise are certainly much lower, and that's what we expected, was a diminishing wind as the night goes on. In fact, we expected to get even weaker later on tonight. Some data suggesting that parts of the state will see calm winds entirely as we approach dawn tomorrow morning, and that's really going to allow temperatures to fall back quite a bit. That is another big part of our weather story tonight, the temperature not only tonight but heading into the day tomorrow and especially into early next week. So we'll talk much more about this coming up in just a moment. We did want to show you Connecticut's only live radar, First Alert Live Radar. Nothing to track here, still dry across the state, which is what we expected. We are dealing with at least some cloud cover in parts of Connecticut right now. If we take a look at our satellite and radar loop over the last 6 hours, you'll note that cloudiness has been moving in, and we expect to keep at least some of that around, at least for the next few hours. Behind it, well, not quite as much in the way of cloud cover. So perhaps we will see a clearing sky as we get closer to dawn tomorrow. When it comes to the actual temperatures outside, 35 in Salisbury, 36 in Torrington. Certainly a little bit chillier in the northwestern corner of the state. 35 now in Meriden, too. But Tweed, New Haven, still 46. Willimantic, 41. Groton, 42. Putnam, 38. Windsor Locks, 38 right now. Temperatures everywhere about 15 to 20 degrees lower than this time yesterday. So that's really the big storyteller here, right? Just how much chillier outside it actually is right now compared to last night. We'll take you live to our iCam view here in New London. The ferry loading docks are dry. 42 degrees, winds out of the north at 5 miles per hour. We'll take you live to our iCam view here in Hartford. Earlier, we were looking at the moon. It is not quite the full Beaver supermoon, but of course we're only 1 day removed from that. We still can see some of the cloudiness here on our iCam in Hartford, but we also can see some stars out there too. And we'll finish off with a live look at our iCam here in Waterbury, 39 degrees in the Brass City, variable winds at 6 miles per hour. So as the night goes on, temperatures will keep on dropping. A calmer wind, a clearing sky. We're down into the lower 30s in many communities as we get close to dawn tomorrow. But temperatures, especially inland, dip into the upper 20s. We're going 28 tonight in Sharon and Goshen, Norfolk, Washington, 29 in Kent, Thomaston, Winstead, 27 tonight in Canton, 29 in Suffield, 30 in New Britain and Glastonbury, 28 in Ellington, Hebron, Tolland, 30 in Pomfret, 29 in Plainfield. You just saw some of that new data come in, updating in real time. 30 in Mystic and Uncasville, 32 in Niantic, 32 in Haddam, 30 Colchester, Portland, Durham. We're looking at 31 in Naugatuck, 32 in Wallingford, and 35 in Milford. So it is certainly going to be a colder night across the state, and we're giving you the first alert to a frosty start no matter where you are. Tomorrow, we expect the wind to be calm to begin with, but we'll start to see wind gusts pick up as the day goes on. We'll see gusts up to, if not over 20 miles per hour, especially through the afternoon. And that southerly wind direction, along with increasing cloudiness, will certainly keep temperatures from dropping too much tomorrow evening. Temperatures will climb pretty quickly, starting off in the 30s. Your first alert to send your kids out to the bus stop tomorrow morning with their heavier coats, heavier jackets needed. But by the time the ride home rolls around, we're talking mid and upper 50s, which is pretty close to normal for this time of year. Friday night football, our game of the week is South Windsor at East Hartford. 54 at 5, 54 at 7, 55 at 9, but that shower icon pops up for 9 o'clock, and that is when we were expecting at least a chance for some showers in the state. First Alert Futurecast shows this very nicely. Throughout the day tomorrow, we're dry, but the clouds will be thickening up, so becoming cloudier as the day goes on, certainly. Now, as we get into, say, 9, 10 o'clock tomorrow, showers get ready to move through. It's this band of showers that we will be tracking by, say, 2 in the morning. We are still tracking showers, so a lot of this falls overnight, Friday into Saturday. And check this out. By 8 a.m. Saturday, 7 a.m. Saturday, we're dry. By noon, mostly sunny. Not only that, not too breezy out there, and it'll warm up on Saturday. Temperatures are forecast to make it into the mid-60s Saturday afternoon. Factor in some sunshine, great weather for football. UConn will be taking on Duke at the Rent in East Hartford, 3:30 kickoff. Tailgating beforehand, looking great, plenty of sunshine, temps in the 60s. We're still in the 60s by kickoff, into the 50s as the game starts to drop down, wind down. Temperatures will be dropping. If you ended up with a lot of leaf debris in your yard last night after the wind, we're saying tomorrow will be a fair day for a leaf cleanup. We'll still be battling those wind gusts around 20 miles an hour, but it will be dry. Saturday, we're saying, is a good day, though, because it will be dry, it'll be sunny, it'll be comfortable outside, mild. 5 to 10 miles an hour, for the wind. So that is certainly not quite as impactful. Now, you may want to try to get some of that yard work done on Saturday or Sunday morning, because by Sunday afternoon and evening, we track our next round of showers. This is 7 o'clock. On Sunday evening, shown here on First Alert Futurecast. Low pressure getting ready to move in, and as it does so, we see an increasing risk for showers. This turns into steadier rain by the morning commute on Monday. A little bit breezy out there Sunday and Monday, too, with this low pressure nearby. If this turns out to be more impactful, maybe we'll even have to issue a First Alert weather day on Monday. So just something to keep an eye on. This is our time frame of interest right now. Later Monday, this all begins to wind down, and eventually, behind it, cold and windy conditions are expected for Veterans Day on Tuesday. So for any outdoor memorial events or remembrances that will be ongoing for Veterans Day, we certainly are recommending that you just keep an eye on the forecast, because temperatures, well, we're talking 43 for the high on Tuesday after starting off in the upper 20s, low and lower 30s. In the meantime, breezy tomorrow with showers late, 57 degrees. 63 on Saturday, a mild start to the day, too. Good news for the penguin plunge at Lake Poketabog. By Sunday, breezy with showers expected in the afternoon and evening, and that will become a steadier rain by Monday morning. Breezy out there Monday morning, 49 degrees into the upper 20s. Tuesday morning, windy for Veterans Day. And those temps in the lower half of the 40s feeling even chillier. But we are back into the 50s Wednesday and Thursday, staying breezy through the end of next week. 59 along the shoreline tomorrow, 65 on Saturday, 60 on Sunday, 52 on Monday. But look at Tuesday down to 45 before temperatures climb back into the 50s on Wednesday and Thursday. We are in the month of November, and believe it or not, the Atlantic hurricane season is still ongoing. That's right, it goes all the way through the end of the month. So as it stands right now, nothing to track in the tropics. You'll note here that this graphic looking very quiet. And if that changes, we, of course, will be the first to alert you. When it comes to names this season, next name on the list is Nestor. So we'll have to see how things all sort of shake out here as we head closer to the end of what is climatologically the Atlantic hurricane season. Of course, typically we do see a little bit less activity this time of year. Couple of things worth noting here. The normal high for the Hartford area by December 1st, less than a month, is 45, and less than 2 months away, 37. So we are still losing, or rather the normal high temperature, I should say, is dropping at a rather quick pace, and it will do so. That pace starts to slow through December and especially into January, but we are approaching what is the coldest part of the year. We are just about 2 months away from that actually happening. Something to keep in mind. 45 is also an interesting number because we are forecasting temperatures on Tuesday to be more similar to, say, late November, early December than early November. So it's going to feel certainly cold out there on Veterans Day. And again, when you factor in the wind, that's just going to make it feel even colder than that. So shower chances tomorrow night, not really too much of an impact. The timing is very good for any plans both tomorrow and Saturday. Sunday, by the evening, well, if you're going to be out and about, just be prepared to have your umbrella on standby. And then on Monday morning, we'll be watching too to see if that trends to be more impactful. Windy by Tuesday, breezy on Wednesday and Thursday next week. That'll do it for our First Alert Weather Extra, but we have much more for you coming up tonight at 10 on the Wax and Channel 3 tonight at 11. Our next First Alert Weather Extra will be streaming live here on WFSB Plus tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Hope you'll join us for that, and of course, hope you'll join us in the meantime too. Have a great night, and we'll see you back here again tomorrow night, same time, same place.